Welcome to Highlighting the Journey, where we dive deep into the stories that shape us. From real estate moguls to innovators, entrepreneurs, from life-changing pivots through breakthrough moments, we're here to uncover the paths that lead to success and the obstacles that build character and the insights that inspire action. And I'm your host, Dan the Podcast Man. Today, we're highlighting another incredible journey. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Highlighting the Journey. I am your host, Dan the Podcast Man. Today, my guest is Tommy Romano, a.k.a. Tommy Touch.
How are you guys? A pleasure to be here. I'm Tommy's Touch. I am an artist. I paint brick on homes, furniture, kitchens, pianos, chimneys, garage doors, front doors, you name it.
With the pianos, do you just paint the outside, or do you get inside the strings and start painting the strings too?
I don't paint the strings unless they pay me to, but yeah, no, mostly just the wood.
It's your like the way you do your art is remarkable, man. And I'm not trying to just even toot your horn. You're definitely one of those people I watch and like, how did you change this piece of furniture and it looks like that? Like, it's not even the same furniture anymore. Like,
yeah,
it's quite remarkable what you do. But so for my audience, and kind of let's get a little bit of background about Tommy. Me and Tommy did go to school together. We graduated Plain Edge High School. He was 2 years older. When did you graduate? What year?
06.
06. I was 08. Tommy actually lived down the block from me, so we know each other for a very, 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 very long time, probably our whole lives. And I'm very happy to have you on here, man, because there's obviously various reasons why. One is your business aspect and watching somebody like an entrepreneur take a chance on themselves. I love the idea of somebody taking a chance on themselves where they're going to go out there and give it their all. And I see what you do out there. You put yourself fully out there, dude. You're in your overalls. How did the overalls come about?
So the overalls was just a way of me marketing myself. I've always been very creative, and I never really knew how to express myself. And the more and more that I got into painting furniture and whatnot, and I loved seeing people's reactions, I was like, let me put myself in the photos. You know, at first I was probably shirtless. I drew some weird things on my body. And then I'm like, the overalls were an accident. I found them in the store and I was like, so a light bulb went off. And I said, let me try the overalls.
What store were you at?
Forever 21, and I have reached out to them to let them know that their overalls helped my career. They never responded.
Plug.
Yeah, they never responded, but those $7 overalls did kind of build a name for me when I first started. That's what kind of helped me go viral was the overalls, and I would post in this big chalk paint group with like 250,000 people at the time on Facebook.
What?
Yeah. And I would post on it, and it was mostly women, so it got a lot of attention. And I was also barefoot. That was also an accident that just kind of happened, and people liked it. So yeah, that's...
It's like you know who Steven Tyler is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so like you look at a guy like him with big hair, all these necklaces, jewelry. He looks like somebody's aunt. He looks like the crazy aunt, but it works for him. You figured out this method for yourself, and like stumbled upon it, like, you know, the artist behind you. And it just happened it sounded like it happened all organically.
It was.
And that's the beauty behind it. You can't hand somebody a piece of paper and say, you want to develop a painting, how to paint a brick business or whatever it is, paint furniture. Here's the plan. That is a creative mindset that you have behind you. And you saw an opportunity. You saw the envision. There are things that I look at that I look at, I'm like, oh, that's a nice, this is a nice coffee table. And then you look at that like, yo, we can make this thing look sexy, right?
Mm-hmm. I could pretty much do anything that anybody asked me, but most people, they prefer something simple. They prefer farmhouse or grays or blacks. But I always tell them, listen, I can paint an ocean. I could do anything you want. So,
were you good in art class? Like, what was the deal behind that? So let's get a little bit. Let's pull it in a little bit, because first of all, you never showed me while we were in school. There was like not a thing in my brain to say that you were an artist, but obviously now that is completely out the door. You are an artist, but like, were you good in arts class? Like, did you enjoy it? Like, what was the deal?
Not really. To be honest, I never thought I was good enough. As you know, when I got sober, I needed to fill time and I kind of needed a hobby. I was always good at sports, so that was my passion. So I almost put all of that energy that I had in sports, let's say, and kind of went full force with this. This was an accident. I kind of just stumbled upon this and became obsessed, which is a part of the addiction. We become obsessed with other things, and I became obsessed with painting furniture and finding things in the street. And it just went from that to where I'm at now. But listen, I didn't know I was that good at this. I just became obsessed and just kept progressing. And I was like, this is my calling.
I love it. And thank you for bringing up the sobriety, because as you know, we obviously talk, I am sober as well. And I think there's so many different points about sobriety that I don't think enough people talk about. And I know I'm up for this discussion because it's so good. It really is good. So I'll dive in a little bit with how sobriety worked for me. It was that same thing, Tom. You know, it was like, for the first year of sobriety, I said in my brain, I'm like, I need to fix Dan. Dan was just a hollow shell, nothing. So obviously going through the process, going through a 12-step program and showing up and learning, not even just like, oh, put away the drink, I was learning how to live life. Mm-hmm. That's what people don't understand about a 12-step program. Drinking is only, and whatever you want to plug in. You can plug in gambling, you can plug in shopping, you can put in food, you can plug in any type of word into that 12-step program. And what I'm trying to say is that after that word, the rest of those 12 steps is a design for living. And you know that as I do, because we are recovered. We're recovered people. We act and preach how we act and function. In that fashion, that first year was establishing, okay, Dan got better. And after that first year, I was kind of like, okay, I'm better. Now what? We have an addictive personality. We have an addictive mindset. We want to keep moving. So I knew I had to do something, and real estate was always part of it. Creating a business was always in the back of my brain. And I'm like, I read all these books on recovery. Let me start reading all these books on financial stuff. Let me start reading all these books on how to build wealth. And then I spent right after that, obviously simultaneously with the recovery aspect, building the new mindset, because you feel like we're reborn. We lived completely two different lives. I mean, yeah. Don't you agree to that? Like before and after, like where we were?
100%. I'm still finding out who I am as I go. I'm still on my journey. I don't feel like I'm anywhere near where I should be. Mm-hmm. But I'm so grateful. And as you know, we can lose all this tomorrow.
We can lose it literally right after this podcast.
Yeah, so that's why I like to share my story every now and then. A lot of people that have been following me for a while know my story, and that's why they like to follow me. You know, just to see that I'm still doing well, because listen, who's to say in a year or two from now I might get overly comfortable and I might just, you never know, my drink might go back out and then I lose everything. So keep in mind, when you see my art and my work, I'm putting my I don't want to say my demons onto your furniture and stuff, but I'm putting my heart, my soul, my passion.
You are creating love, passion. You are creating something that your heart is telling you to do. It's keeping your mind busy. It's what I like to call it's healthy habits. It's healthy living. You can easily take what you do now, what we used to do, and go out and be at a bar or, whatever, at home drinking our brains out, and that will be where we're putting all our time and energy. But we have shifted everything for that. That's why I personally feel that when somebody hears they're a recovered alcoholic or, oh, you had a problem, I'm like, yeah, no, I got a problem. I got a problem with alcohol. For me, I know I got a problem.
Yeah.
But people that have addiction problems are the best people when they're recovered.
Yeah, 100%. And
they're the best freaking people to do anything. I'm sorry. I want to hear what you have to say.
No, you're right. So I'm in a way, I'm proud to be an alcoholic. As weird as that sounds, some people will understand it.
Some people.
But we are the hardest workers. At least I know I am, and I witness other people too. A lot of us can't sit still, and we just want to for those of us that are entrepreneurs and whatnot, we put in so much effort, I feel like, as an addict or an alcoholic, because we just have so much to give. We went through so much. We've lost so much. And once you finally get to a place where you're content and you're feeling better, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, good. That was no, it's pretty good, man. No, it's good, man. It's hard to sometimes when we talk about these things and how to formulate the words, but what you said is dead on, man. And I love the way you said it. And like, here's my philosophy behind alcoholism and addiction. The only person that could figure out that you're an alcoholic or a drug addict is yourself. You can agree to that.
Mm-hmm.
Once you figure that out, okay, and this is what I've learned, it is not my fault and your fault that you're an addict. But since we know this information, it is now our responsibility to get recovered.
Yeah.
Because we're very lucky we are alcoholics and addicts, because what we have, our internal issues, guess what? I got news for you, and you know it too. We have a cure. We have a cure to fix this. There are people that get diagnosed with terminal illness and they can go through chemotherapy, they can go through all this stuff, and they're done. Their life is over. And it's so unfortunate. We have gotten this thing in us. We know we got it, but now we know this information. But somebody's handing you the tools, hey, come to a meeting and follow this program, and you're gonna get healthy and you're gonna feel better. And now you have those, so now it's a responsibility. It'll be irresponsible for myself to be naive of that and to never forget that, because you know how it works. How's it work, Tom? Every single day is what?
Every single day is a struggle.
It is a struggle, but we have 24 hours.
Right. Yeah. So living in the day is very important. I try not to stress too much about things in the future as much as I used to. I try to live in the day, live every day like it's my last day, which can be good and could be bad. No,
it's good. I mean, like, you're living. So in other words, what you're telling me is you're living your life to the fullest.
Pretty much ever since I took a leap of faith and resigned from PSEG Long Island, now I have a lot more freedom. So I'll wake up some days on my off days and I'm like, what should I do today? Should I go to Coney Island? I went to Coney Island by myself the other day and went on the cyclone twice for natural highs. Like, I get dopamine rushes from doing things. Like, I can never sit still. So you can imagine when I'm off, I try not to be off ever because I go crazy in my head, and which is a part of addiction and recovery. You know, the voice is talking in our head. Not saying I'm going to go out and do something stupid, but I just need to be busy.
Yeah. Yes.
And I need to do my craft. And I love seeing people, see the before of their home and then see where, the after. And I love to see their reaction. And I love to be silly. I love to talk to them about, what I think we should do in their home, what I recommend, and then hear what they recommend and give them my vision. And they love that. So they're paying for a little bit of entertainment. They're paying to hear
get the full show with Tommy.
You get the full show with me.
I love it.
And I love to be fair to everybody. I love making people happy. I've always been good with people, and so is my father. So I feel like I get that from him.
Oh, yeah. Your dad knows how to sing, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
He definitely knows how to sing.
He does.
But I want to remove the alcoholic, the addiction, all that from this next segment. I want to kind of put things into perspective. Forget about if you're an alcoholic or not, doesn't matter. As human beings, as a general human being, I think ultimately we always ask the question, even if you're not even asking it directly the way I'm about to ask it, what is my purpose? What am I meant to do? What brings me joy? And that, I think, just goes across the board. And you're explaining to me you doing this is what brings you joy, and it's fun. But that is just normal living. You're just living your life like it's just a normal day-to-day thing, because that's what you like to do.
Right, and I'd like to add to it. Doing what I do, because I'm more in control of the situation, that helps my anxiety and fear. So I feel like doing what I do has helped me get over, say, anxiety and fear, and whether it's public speaking or just dealing with strangers.
Or coming on a podcast.
Exactly. So it makes me, I feel like my anxiety has gotten so much better.
Of course,
and
man.
Just from meeting strangers every day, going into their home, talking to them, making them happy. And now I love it. Like, I love to just talk to strangers, make them happy, and just, you know, most of what I do is all referrals. So it's like I don't even really have to advertise much.
Word of mouth, man.
Everybody seems to love me, and I love that, you know.
Well, I love you.
I appreciate that. I do too.
But this is what I'm talking about. Life is very difficult in itself. Life, and we hear, and not to get super dark, but we hear suicide, we hear these problems, we hear people's addictions, we hear people doing these things, and whatever it is. We have so many barriers in this life. We're on a podcast. There's many cameras in front of our faces right now. You got cameras, you got phones, you got the computer, you got the internet, you got social media, you got everybody down your throat, you got everybody watching you, you got society, you're supposed to be, oh, you should be married, you should have kids by this point, why are you not doing this? Everything in itself is always a problem in a nutshell. And what I've come to realize too, to take the burden off myself, it's there's no clock. There is no right or wrong way to do it. Obviously, doing the right thing, what I mean by that, like being a good person, 1,000%, not to do bad actions. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is we overcomplicate. We have all these hurdles, everything in front of us. Fear gets built into us now. And we're living, breathing that, because for you and me, not only did we grow up in the 90s, but we watched the transition from having no phones to beepers to a flip phone where you used to text, you know, or you could put it in your pocket and, you know, shoot a text out.
Yeah.
To that, to sidekicks, to Blackberries, to iPhones. So we watched this whole thing evolve into this thing where now we have a device in our hand where realistically a human being can only have maybe 50 to 100 people in their lives, like internally, like be connected to. How many friends on Facebook do you got, bro? Or Instagram? How many followers?
Instagram, like close to 11,000, and Facebook maybe 5,000-ish.
Okay, we're not meant to have that many people seeing us, connected to us. I'm not saying this as a bad thing. That's why you hear about celebrities having problems and issues, but now it's more normalized. So we went through a whole transitional period. Now we're living and breathing the social media age, the digital age, and we're still trying to figure it out. And you're probably hearing it too on the news and stuff, like kids our age they're having a difficult time with life because they've been thrown this technology. And we used to wake up on a summer morning, no phones. You know, if you had to make a phone call, you pick up your house phone. And
right, exactly. I know. You're 100% right. And I wish we can go back to that. But, you know, for us, we need social media for our businesses. If I didn't need social media, I would definitely take a break or maybe even stop using it, or at least I would try to. But, you know, now we're heavily invested in what we do, so we have to be. But yeah, I think the 90s were a great time. We were in the streets. Meaning we were not saying it in a bad. I just mean we rode our bikes. We were always out. We were just always out, and we would figure out life and figure out things. So we were stronger, I feel like, as humans compared to the new kids, where they're just kind of like relying on their cell phone. And
yes,
so we just have more experience at life, and I think that's why we're also more of hustlers, and we're just harder workers.
I feel you, bro. We were raised by, you know, your father's generation, my father's generation, where it was a very tougher generation. There was no BS. You know, you get slapped around.
Right.
You get slapped around. You know, you said something. If you had to say back then, if you said somebody, this might bring up a funny story. If somebody said something to you, right, back then without the phones and stuff, they'll say it right to your face, or maybe you hear it by rumor. But then eventually you're going to interact with that person, and then what's going to happen?
No, you're right. There's usually fights or drama.
A fist fight's going to happen right in front
Right. Now people just argue over the internet.
Everybody, so easy to sit behind a computer and do that. But isn't there a story where my brother helped you out?
Yeah, his brother helped me out a couple of times. His brother was old. Yeah, his brother had connections. No, his brother, yeah, I mean, I was his neighbor, so we were close, and I always had problems with girls, and guys always wanted to beat me up because of these girls.
He's a good-looking guy.
But it was always groups of guys. It was never just one. One I could handle, but it was always like the worst guys, you know. And yeah, his brother got me out of some trouble several times. You know, so I appreciate his brother a lot.
Shout out to Christian.
Shout out to Christian. He used to go by Fro.
Fro. Yes, he's gonna love when he hears this. He's gonna fucking love this.
So he helped me a lot in life, and your mother too. Your mother's an amazing person. Your father.
Thank you.
You know.
Yeah, you know, but for people that don't know, on the podcast, both my parents, you know, they are sober, and without the foundational stuff of what they do, and I know they're okay for me talking about this because I've asked them, not because of breaking their anonymity, but it was because they planted those seeds in. And I know my mom helped you out when you were first coming around the meetings.
Yeah, she made me feel comfortable.
Of course, man. When you walk into a room like an AA meeting or any of those meetings, and you just see, a lot of times you see strangers. Oh man, I got to talk to these people. I'm scared. I'm scared on what they're going to say. But if you see a familiar face, come on, man.
Yeah.
You see how great is it when you are in that room and you meet, how much time you got?
2017. So almost 8 years?
No, it's 2017. You almost have 9 years.
Yeah.
What was your last coin? Have you gotten your last coin? Like,
haven't gotten any coins in a while.
Oh,
After
man.
the first year, I think I stopped.
We gotta get you into an anniversary, bro.
I used to love collecting. I love the colors. So colors have always been in my head. The colors and just, you know.
Dude, we gotta set you up. What's your date?
July.
Oh, we passed it.
17th.
Next year we're getting you. We gotta get you back into a home group, and we gotta get you. We gotta get you a coin, bro. But what I'm trying to say with this is that you probably have seen it, and I have, not to break anybody's, I didn't mean not to mention any names, but it was always when I'm sitting in that room and I see somebody that I know that comes in, like my arms are just wide open.
Right. Yeah. It's great. I've seen people from supervisors at my job. So then when I would go into work, we just had like that. You know,
Yeah. And the whole thing, I know we have been talking a lot about addiction and alcoholism. I think it's so much more common within people, and they just don't even realize it.
100%.
You know, and we see it, but we're not allowed to judge that.
Right, especially people that just drink on the weekends, which was kind of like me. I didn't drink every day. I would use drugs when I was using them every day. But when it came to alcohol, it was like just the weekends. But it was like when you would drink, what would happen? It was like blacking out. I have to black out.
And that's the other thing, too. People don't understand this as well. You don't need to be in a gutter on the streets to be labeled as an alcoholic, you know? It's like how you said it. Yeah. It's that one drink that you take, and what is the effect that goes behind it? And I went to an Islanders game when I, like 3 months into my sobriety, and I was with a friend, and he gets a nice tall, he's like, can I drink in front of him? I'm like, don't ever ask me that question again. Do me a favor. Go get drunk. I don't care. Have a good time. What I do with my life is my problem, my issues. I wouldn't be at a hockey game. I know what happens at a hockey game. I know where I put myself in these environments. But he's like, okay. He orders a nice tall beer. I'm just like, oh, man. So he sits down and he cracks that thing open, takes a sip, puts it down. And, you know, I'm doing a little eyeball there, here and there, but then I'm enjoying the game. I forgot about the drink for a little bit, because that's what happens too. You forget that it's even exists. Yeah. I just forget it exists. And then I just go on with enjoying myself. But I remember, because it was such early times, I was really like watching it. It was the end of the game. He still had that half a can in there. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You're wasting that. He's like, no, I'm done. I'm drinking. I just wanted a little beer. I'm like, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, these are the people. He's a normal guy. He doesn't have a problem.
That's how we differ. Yeah, we would have spent probably $250.
Yes,
which is another good thing. I'm glad I'm sober too, because you know the price of alcohol has gone up a lot, and I drink a lot,
bro.
And I go out to dinner a lot, so I spend a lot. And without alcohol, I can imagine adding on another couple of hundred.
Dinners, what is the response? How does the waiter or waitress respond when they go, okay, drinks, and then you order a non-alcoholic drink? What happens?
They look at you like, okay, like they make you almost feel like they normalize alcohol now, so they just expect you to order alcohol. But I know they're doing it for money. Obviously, the business, they make it feel like it's normalized, but really it's just to make profits. Yeah, they look at you a little funny, or they get a little upset.
They do get upset because they know their bills. Like my
not
bill,
gonna be as high.
Oh my god! When I got sober, that was like one of the best freaking things. I'll go out to dinner and I'll be like, "Here's the bill," and it's like $40. I'm like, but yeah, it's we both had 2 meals, $20 a pop, 2 club sodas, done.
Yeah.
And now, and what it used to be is like $350 because you ordered 7 margaritas, around the table. But it's just funny because I didn't notice that until I was with one of my sober buddies, and they're like, we ordered, and then he mentioned it to me how this waitress Demeter just flipped because it was the daytime. No one's in the restaurant. They need to make money.
Yeah, I know.
But what I am loving and what I am seeing is 2 big things that has happened with alcohol in the recent years, and data and science has been showing us. The new generation, the Gen X, not Gen X, what is it, Gen Z?
I believe so, yeah.
Gen Z, the alpha, they're not drinking. They're not drinking. Drinking is way, way, way down.
Smoking marijuana?
Well, I think weed could be also another thing, but vaping is just a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But they're saying alcohol has dropped dramatically.
I believe that a little bit.
And what I do like about these restaurants now is that mocktails are really like the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one not too long ago when I was out with somebody, and it was cool. I had a fancy ice cube in it. Man. You know, but I usually stick to a Sprite with lime or a water.
But what I'm also seeing too is that a lot of people and a lot of my friends too, like being around it, like even my wife, like me and my wife used to go out and have a good time. My wife, me and her, and my wife's not an alcoholic, but she drank, but then she stopped, and then I would keep going. But what I'm trying to say is that like my wife don't drink period anymore, and obviously she's a mother of 2, and it's like she asks herself, it's not worth it. Just don't want to feel like crap the next day.
Yeah. It's better to be sober because at least if you do something, like, you know that you're sober, so you don't really have to worry as much, you know, if you're going to do something stupid or if you're going to call someone that you haven't spoken to in a while, or if you're going to be aggressive. Like, at least we know if something goes wrong, we were sober, you know, so can't feel as bad.
Yeah. I mean, like, how cool, like, one of my favorite things to say to people is, like, when they talk about drink, when people come into work or wherever they are, like, oh, I'm hungover. And I look at them like, yeah, I haven't been hungover in 6 years.
Yeah, it feels great. I remember when I first got sober, I would wake up at 5 in the morning just to look at the sunset. Things that I would never do. Just appreciate life more sober.
It is, man.
But I do miss it sometimes.
Listen, drinking had its fun. Drinking actually did serve a purpose. I believe if I didn't have drink, like somebody said it best to me in a meeting one time, it was like, I'm very happy I did have alcohol, because if I didn't have alcohol, I don't think I would be standing here. I think I'd be gone, because that was the it worked until it didn't work. It worked for the both of us till obviously.
Yeah.
It stopped
until we were on our knees. But yeah, you've changed a lot too. I never was really around you too much when you drank, but I could just see how much more mature you are. I feel like you're way more mature than me. You've accomplished a lot.
Thank you.
You know, you've done a lot of things, and I'm like, wow, you know, I'm still so far behind in my opinion. Some people look at me like, oh, you're doing great, you have all this stuff, and I'm like, I still don't feel like I do. You know, I don't own houses. So. You're doing great.
But thank you very much. But do you think those are the things that will make you happy?
Honestly, I don't know if I'll ever truly be happy or sad. I shouldn't say that. I don't know if I'll ever be fully satisfied, especially when it comes to money, because that's one of my addictions. I love money. You need money to be free, to an extent. And that's the one thing I'm kind of struggling with now, is just
money.
Not struggling with money, but just
no, think about it, man. No, you got it. Relax. Don't worry. It's all good, bro. So how do you like? So
wait, no, I want to go back to
no, I'm gonna ask you the question again. Relax. How do you feel about what do you think money is doing to you right now? What's the problem you're having with the term money?
Well, just wanting more and more and more and more. So like you said, what would make me happy? What amount of money, or like just in general, what would make me happy? I don't know, because let's just say I had $1 million sitting in my bank. I'm the type of person where if it falls to 998,000, I feel not poor, but I'm like, oh no, you know, like that's just how I am. So I don't know if I'll ever be truly fully satisfied, but I'm still on the road to financial freedom. You know, I want to have I don't want to ever have to question anything. I want to just be able to do what I want, which is where I'm at now. Like, I feel like I can do whatever I want, but I still want more. I want to be able to eventually purchase homes, maybe get involved with real estate, have something for the kids.
You want to provide for your family, and I don't blame you. And money is like, to me, and I'm going to give you my interpretation of money. Money is a very tough thing. It's one of those complicated things. You can name it. You can even call it a drink. You want to call it a drink. It's a problem, because it's like, wow, I need this piece of paper to live. I need a piece of paper to go have some water. I need to have a piece of paper to live, be a human being. Because, I think about life like I'm a human being. I was created here. I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here. But there's a cost behind it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what bothers us. That's what bothers me. Money is a very tough thing for a tremendous amount of people, but also people don't understand this too. And I said this numerous times. If you're not happy now, you're not going to be happy if you have that $1 million in your bank account. Yeah. It's always trying to figure it out. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot right now, Tom.
No, I mean, you're right.
But what I want to say to you as somebody in recovery, because I know I could say this to you, is that that's something you got to work on.
100%.
And you got it. It's like when we get recovered too, we start finding these things in our lives, what bothers us, and then we start to work on them. I had to work on the money thing. I had to work on so many things where, like, yeah, I want to provide my family. I want them to have a house. Until I get to this point, I will be happy.
Yeah.
But it's BS.
It's true. It is true. I guess I've been seeing things that talk more about, it's not the money you should be chasing after. It's the freedom to wake up and be like, how am I going to start my day? And that's where I'm getting. So
I have a great book for you, by the way, after this podcast. It's called great book. The story goes, I forgot the name, the actual book. I have it saved in my phone because I read it in my Kindle. It was a great book. It was about this guy who runs a business. Wife, kids, whole shebang, big house, big cars, everything. And he runs into this, he sees this guy, and he needs to make this deal. And in his brain, he says, until I get this deal, we're going to be set. We're going to be free once I hook up with this guy. And then somehow in the book, because I haven't read it in a long time, he got it hooked up with a guy from like a church or an organization, just like learning how to live life. And he learned in the story as he's just trying to get in touch with that guy to make that deal. And his wife's like, you're not going to be home again tonight. You're going back to work. When is enough is going to be enough? When are you going to be time with our family? He's like, but the guy was just convincing his wife. It's like, but if I get to this point, we're just going to be great. Everything's going to be good. And the wife's like and they're living up to the Joneses. So this guy stresses through the freaking roof because he has to keep moving. And if he doesn't make a certain amount of money, he is effed. And so in the book, ultimately what he finds out is that to get to that business guy, he had to go to this one guy, but that one guy he got hooked up with was like, took him on a different path, how to live a life. And then ultimately he downsized everything. And then once I read that book, I asked myself that same question. I went, what do I really need? I need a car because I want to get around. But do I need the souped up version? Do I need, I don't know, like a Tesla? Do I need this high-end model with the nice trim? No. I need a couch. I want to watch TV. Okay. Do you need a nice super leather couch? No, I just need a couch. Boom. Do I need a kitchen? Yes. So I really I started to live under my means and stop putting on this show. Not even for people like, oh, I got to show people I'm doing great. You only look good if you have all these items. But if you come in my house right now, Tom, my wife would punch me directly in the face. We got to do it. My kitchen is from 1970. We painted it, which I think you should probably repaint. You know what? You're going to repaint my kitchen. But the reason we painted it is because we knew we had to live, first of all, conservatively because of the kids. And we had to dial back because we were going out to restaurants, we were going to concerts, going to raves. We dialed everything back. And then we did the hardwood floors ourselves. We did everything. And that's how we were able to invest in stuff. And then people are like, I'm driving a Nissan Rogue that cost me $200 a month. And people are like, what? I'm like, yeah. And it's a blue car. It's a blue car. It's fugly. It's fugly.
Yeah.
I don't, but I kind of went on a tangent. It's trying to say what you actually need and what is actually going to make you happy. And then obviously you're a father. You want to establish something for your kids.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I mean, I'm the type, I'm the same way. Like I had to have the BMWs and I still have one. I went a couple of years with a 2006 or a 2009 truck, no payment. It was amazing. It was great. And then I started going back to my old self. I'm like, I kind of want a fancy car. I deserve it. The kids deserve it. So I bought one and I was bored of it after a month. And I'm
Cars phases right in and out.
Yeah. So I always have to like say that to myself, like, you're going to get bored of this anyway. Yeah. You're going to, so I'm actually considering possibly maybe downgrading. I'm not sure.
Downgrade.
I'm
going to tell you a few things. Downgrade your life, because I'm going to tell you why. Number one, you have taken one of the biggest risks what most people will not do. What did you do?
Oh, yeah. So about a month ago, resigned from PSCG Long Island, lost my pension, lost my health insurance. I had great health insurance. Pretty much lost everything, but I just couldn't do it anymore ever since I started doing my own thing. I don't like answering to people. I don't want to say my head has gotten bigger, but I just know my worth. And once you start to make more money and learn like, I was making, say, at PSCG $38.50 an hour, and I thought that was great for someone with no college. But realistically, it's not that great when you can start to make hundreds of dollars an hour and you're like, wow, like you just feel so much better. And then you don't want to go backwards. I can't picture myself ever going back full time. And my parents were on me for a while, like, you're going to leave PSCG, you're going to lose everything. What are you going to do? And for a while, I kept them there. But I went part-time 5 years ago, and then I just got to the point where I was like, I can't do this. It's getting in the way.
Good.
And most of my customers said I was crazy because I like to talk to my customers about stuff and they would say, oh, you got to keep it. You got to keep it. But that's the older generation. Things are different now. We don't know where this world is going. Things are just becoming very different. And I just don't care as much. And I'm trying to live in the day. I love the freedom, and I encourage it to anybody. If you can, find your worth, escape the matrix if you can, the 9 to 5, and get out there and stop answering to your boss.
Ooh, yeah, you really meant that. I'm gonna give you some really good feedback, bro. First of all, I commend you for what you are doing. It's not easy by any means. And the fact that you have 2 kids, right?
Yes.
And you have to look at both of your kids' eyes every single day, and you know that they depend on Tom, they depend on their father, and it's very hard for people to just stop and do that.
They are also a very big reason I left because I want to be with them all the time.
So you want more family time?
Yes. So I might not make as much money because I always want to be with my kids, but I like the freedom.
That sounds like something to me. It sounds like happiness to me.
Yeah. There are days where I'm off and I could choose to work and have them be watched or go into daycare.
Yeah, of course, man.
But I enjoy my days off now,
Of course, you appreciate that time. That's why before we started the podcast, you were asking, how do I do all this stuff? It's time management, and I'm still working on it. It's very difficult, and it's not easy.
If I didn't have kids,
go right ahead.
I would probably be working every day like I was, hustling, just freaking out on my off days. But now I'm like, I'm at a job and I'm like, oh, I want to just kind of get home to them. And, so I hang out with them a lot and I work when I can.
Let's break down some stuff because there was some good stuff that was you just mentioned. First, let's make things perfectly clear here. All right. And I want my audience to hear this. There's no clock. There is no right or wrong time to either do this or do that. Your life is your life. How you pick your life and what you decide to do, and please make sure you do the right choices and what feels right within you. I follow my gut and I follow my heart. I try not to follow my brain too much because my brain sometimes don't work too good. But what I'm hearing from all of this, Tom, is that you're going to be perfectly fine, bro.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
And it's beautiful. It's beautiful because I'm going to talk to you in 5 years from now. I'm going to see you because I watch you on Instagram, bro. But I'm going to see in 5 years, maybe and I don't know what your business will look like, but it's going to be you. And maybe you have 3 other painters and they have a full blown company that is yours. And and this is why I wanted to remove the money aspect. See, people don't understand this. for me. You talk to me all the time, like how much does the media cost? How much does the podcast cost? Costs a pretty penny. There is no, somebody's not paying me right now to you and me have this conversation. I'm paying the podcast studio. I'm paying the media team because I believe in this. I believe in what I'm doing and I'm not worried about the money.
Yeah, and I respect that.
Thank you. And you believe in paint, colors, art. When you have passion drive your business, you don't care about the money.
Yeah.
It's like it's a cool thing, and it's very tough too because at the same time you it's like it's always those stories, man. You hear the story of the guy saying, "I quit my job and I just went all in on a business," and then they're a $1 billion company because they took all the energy you were spending at the electrical company, and now you're fully
invested.
So let's break it down. What is happening now with your business? Let's talk a little bit about your business. How do we get in touch with you? What do you do? What can you do? I know you mentioned a bunch of things in the beginning of the podcast, but let's get some more fine detail.
In a nutshell.
Yes.
People usually message me on Instagram, which is Tommy's Touch, Facebook, Tommy's Touch, and just mostly referrals. Great. It's mostly referrals. I'll get at least 1 to 2 texts a day from somebody new, which is great. I'm posting my work. So my way of, I guess, advertising is me just posting my work for the day. Right. Same day makeovers for the most part, unless you have like a 4-sided brick house, that might be 2 days or 8 hours total. So I'm not even, the great thing about what I do is I don't work full time.
Cause you get to spend time with your kids.
Yeah, like I can paint the front of a brick house in maybe 4 or 5 hours, make several thousands and go home. That's great. So I'm always chasing that, but I love it. I love it almost feels wrong being paid for something that you love to do.
So here's the thing too, man. What is also the equation of things now is what a lot of people have their mindset because we've been brought up this way. Okay. How much is 1 hour? Don't give me the actual number, by the way. I'm just asking like a kind of theory. Mm-hmm. What does 1 hour of your time cost? Just shoot a number out for me. Just give me a random number.
Tell me not to.
I just shoot a random number.
I don't want to shoot a number out because it's different for every. It's just different. Okay. All right, let's just pretend. Let's just say $250 an hour.
$250 an hour. So now you have put a value of how much your time is worth, right? I'm just talking to you about it now. But you tell me you could paint this whole entire brick thing, and let's say the brick thing, whatever you're painting brick costs $3,000 to paint, but you could do it in 4 hours. How much is your time? Not to get into math stuff. So what is your time worth to the comparison of that? So we get this thing jammed up where, you got to work, you get paid for this on the hour and then people, their mindset is believed in that way. But your craftsmanship and what your capabilities are, you're able to do that in 4 hours and give me this product.
Right. So I can't really charge by the hour. When I first started, I was like, how do I charge people?
Correct. That's what I'm trying to get at for you right now.
So like I would talk to different painters and artists from these Facebook groups, and some would say, $60 an hour. So when I first started, I might have been charging by the hour. And then eventually I was learning that like I can't do it by the hour. It's got to be kind of by the piece. And then kind of just asking questions from other people who do this. And I would find out people were selling dressers for thousands. And I'm like, I don't know. Long story short, it's really just a matter of like what people do is I'll say, hey, send me a picture of what you're looking for. If they have a brick house, I say, send me the photos. I'll give you a quote. I'll see what color siding they have. And I'll say, I think we should do a little bit of this color and a little bit of that. And I give them like my opinion. And then we figure it out, and I'll usually come and, I'll throw a number out. And my numbers, even if they sound a little high, they beat anyone's prices. There's only a handful of people that can do what I do, and I know they charge more. They have like, a couple of people with them. I'm by myself.
I'm about to put my dad on blast right now. So my father, if you're hearing this, Pops, here's a good one. The chimney that you painted for me, right, came out phenomenal. When my dad goes to me, he goes, well, I can get one of these workers to do it for $300. And I'm like, no. He's like, why? The guy I'm hiring is an artist.
Right.
I'm paying for an artist. and not to discredit maybe that guy can do the job. He ain't gonna do Tom's job.
Yeah, I usually tell people
You're not gonna do Tom's job, and it always takes convincing. Even my wife's like, "Really, you're gonna do that?" And then my wife we all saw the chimney after. We're like, "Whoa."
yeah, I mean, because if you have a contractor do it, they might just like kind of slap the paint on with a little water, like a whitewash. I've seen it just doesn't come out the same. I do each brick by hand a certain way. It's just different. And then I tell people, listen, this is what it was. I always say, get another quote. Please do.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'm going to beat it no matter what. So it's one of those things where like I always try to be fair. I might be too fair, but I'm always happy at the end of the day when I leave the job and I'm like, I wouldn't have made this at a regular job, so I can't complain, The
fact that I have this property and a lot of houses look the same in certain areas, but when I drive to the last rental property I purchased, I know it's mine.
Yeah.
Because the chimney is white and has this contrast on it. I'm like, that's my house.
Yeah.
And who did the work? And every time I look at it, I think of you, bro.
Yeah. I try to like feel out everybody's home. Like when I go, I treat it like it's my own, and I try to like mind read what they want, how they want it, and it just always happens. And that's another thing that I love about what I do is like just being able to kind of read people's minds and know what they want and what they don't want. And I love when there's pressure on me. So the more pressure that's on me, the more I have to get this done the right way. And same thing with baseball.
I love it. I love it. Keep going, bro.
I'd always do very well with a full count.
Yeah.
In baseball, never struck out, but I just do better under pressure.
Somehow people, it's like the thing. It's like, oh, I haven't done the book report, and it's the night before, and you're just like.
That's how I operate. I need to
some people like
be that. Like I need to be pushed against the wall, and that like I'll wait until I get in trouble to change, or I'll wait for. I'm serious. Till
you're
this
being
day,
truthful. You're being honest, boy. You're being raw. This is the truth. This is why I love doing the podcast. I'm bringing out the real answers within you, and there's nothing wrong with that, because most people will hide, lie, and say no, everything pre-planned. Meanwhile, like you said, bro, I did that like 8 hours ago.
Yeah.
But it's good, man. You're giving out good stuff, bro.
Yeah. So like I was saying before, I hand paint brick, fireplaces, chimneys, pianos, bedroom sets, dining room sets, garage doors, front doors. Personally, I would like to just stick to exterior. The furniture, I just do on my off days. It's way more tedious. If you have a brick house, I would love to paint it. It changes the whole look. It increases value, and you'll get a discount if you know Dan. Whether or not. If you're from Long Island, you get a discount.
If you're from Long Island. Well,
I give everybody
Jersey gets beat over? Is that what you tell me?
Brooklyn, No. I treat everybody fair. I treat everyone fair.
No, I know you do. What I want to talk a little bit about is your business, because you're in this phase, and not to tell you what to do and whatnot. Just as one entrepreneur to the other. The other thing that you need to get behind, Tom, is you got this structure and you know how to do the art. Now it's trying to scale it and try to build it. Okay, and that you're going to need help with 100%. And I'm not the one to tell you that I'm the one that's going to help you. You're going to have to find that person that's going to be able to help you build this into a business now. Unless you want to keep it, bro, the way it is, and then it will stay the way it is, which is perfectly fine too. But understand that you don't know what you don't know. I still, even myself, run a business, and there's so many integral parts. Now I've gotten to certain levels where like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I have to hire this person because I don't have a choice, because I gotta pay the price, but then ultimately I'm gonna win. And that's kind of like the mindset I want to deliver to you. So I don't know is that what you want to do, or am I putting you too much on the spot right now for that question?
No, I always talk about scaling and how I always say that I want to eventually get people to paint interior walls, something I don't do, interior homes, while I go out and do my thing. It's just one of those things that I just keep putting off. I put off a lot of things. I need to work on that. I'm always putting things off and just worried about making money, working. Oh, I'll get to that. But
today's July 24th, right? Is it? James, is today July 24th? 23rd. Oops. It's July 23rd. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm holding you accountable now. You got 1 year.
Okay.
You got 1 year, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, you meet.
It's been nice doing it alone. I don't have to worry about anybody. But realistically, if I want to make more, you have to get more people
listen to this
involved.
podcast because I have a lot of contractors that listen to this podcast. I have a lot of real estate investors that listen to this podcast, and they'll use your services, bro. When this
Yeah, I mean, they'll save money too.
But what I want you to also just start to get your gears growing, because now you quit your job, but now if you want to get what you've been saying in the beginning of this podcast, you said you want to build this, I want to say it this way because this is the way I view it, legacy for your kids.
Right.
You got to get to work on the business plan. You got to get to work on coming up a formalized way. And it could be your way. Like I said,
yeah,
we're talking about the hours. That's Tommy's touch. That is how you internalize things. But also to scale a business, you need to have systems and processes behind it. If you're going to have employees under you, they're going to need to know how many hours they work. And unfortunately, like we're talking about all this stuff, but that's the way the things go if you want to start building it. And you, bro, you can 100% do it. And you don't need a lot of guys.
No, yeah, you're right. I know.
You need like 2-3 good guys.
Yeah.
Good guys. And I know you'll take care of them.
Yeah.
And you build that small little group, manageable for your status, bro.
I know. I would kill it. I turned down a lot of interior painting.
You will.
Because of that. But I'm like, it's all right. I'm okay. But, you know.
But since now you got the free time, I want you to find the time, too, to start formalizing stuff. And I'll help you, Tom.
Yeah, I definitely need someone to push me.
But realistically, if you want the extra push, and you're gonna hate me for saying this, you're gonna need a coach. You're gonna need somebody that has done this business model, where they can help you grow your business, and that's getting into mastermind groups. That's getting into business groups. That's getting into these groups, because there might be somebody say, "Yo, Tommy, you got a great idea. You want to do you want to join ventures?" And what you can do there, what's called a JV, you could do a temporary business plan for like 2 years with an individual. Say, let's work together for 2 years. Here's a joint venture plan. The guy said, I'm going to run the operations. You go out and keep painting, bro. That's what you do. But I'm going to run the crew, and then you'll show them how to paint and do all that. So there's so many ways you can craft this thing.
Yeah.
And putting this podcast out there, I really hope people really grab onto you. But there's also the legwork that you're going to do some legwork. But because I ain't good with money. I ain't good with a lot of stuff. But I hire a lot of people to do a lot of my things.
Yeah, which is what I need to do more of.
You will thank yourself later. If I had any feedback from most business owners, you can ask any business owner, what is the one thing they always say to me? I wish I hired sooner. I wish I hired sooner.
Yeah, we try to do everything on our own, but it doesn't always work.
It's not going to work.
I've tried, and that's where I think I'm at now, where I'm hitting a wall where I'm like, all right, I'm doing good. Now what? And
but you got the potential, you got the love, you got the passion, you have all the you got this thing, you got the heart right here. It's going to happen, but then the next thing that needs to happen is, like you said, you're never going to quit. And I'll give you advice that you would understand. When you were sick and suffering and before you got sober, you asked for help, right?
Eventually.
Yeah. But at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's the same thing. You've been doing this for how long now? About eight.
Painting?
Yeah.
Since like 2020. I took it more serious.
So 2020. So you've been at this for over 5 years now. Now I'm telling you, you got to ask for the official help. And there are people that want to team up with people out. There's nobody like you.
Yeah.
There's no,
I'm aware.
I can't.
I know. That's why I try to stay to myself. But at the same time,
and listen,
it might not hurt.
But it's also you got to drop the other thing too of it's good if you want it to be like it's like we say in the rooms. You want to run the show, bro? Good luck. See you later.
Yeah, it's true.
And good luck to you.
No, you're right.
But you need help, and it's okay to ask for help.
Yeah.
And spin off to recovery too. Always ask for help, man. But people say they'd rather die than ask for help, man.
It's true. We're stubborn.
Of course.
We are.
You can't tell me what to do, man.
Exactly. That's how I am now.
but
I'm still humble.
No, it's the humble thing. But you know when to throw your hands up and say, "Yo, I don't."
Yeah, I'm just very cautious. I don't trust much. So I
trust what much? Like just people, or like why do you have a bad taste?
It might be too much of a rabbit hole to go down on here.
That's fine.
It's too deep.
It's too deep.
But
we need another hour.
I just sometimes I feel safer just doing it myself than getting other people involved, because some people could be snakes.
Oh, no, of course.
You know, but you're 100% right as far as we have to ask for help. And even if, like I said, if I decide to get a videographer and do all these things and it doesn't work out, okay, whatever. I lost $2,000. It's not a big deal. So, like, you're right. We should be asking, but we should at least try it.
Yes.
And then if we're like, I don't want to work with anyone, I'm willing to fail, then I fail. But so you're right. It's just a matter of doing it.
You ready for a $1,000 story
Sure.
where I lost $1,000? Here we go, baby.
Roulette.
So, my tenant texted me 2 weeks ago. My tenant goes, I got a wasp nest. Okay? He's like, I don't want to, can you take a picture of it? He's like, I don't want to get too close to it. So I went to the house and I saw the wasp nest. I was like, oh, damn. And there wasn't just one. There was like 8. Fested. I said, yeah, I will take care of it. Well, a lot of other things came in the way. And that was that, I think it was like a Monday, Tuesday. Then like Friday comes along. He's like, Dan, are you able to get the pest guy? I'm like, yeah, I'll take care of it. Don't take care of it. Now I'm being negligent on my tenant, which by the way, I don't do that to my tenants. You know, my tenant can vouch for me with the amount of things I do for them. But it got to Sunday, and I woke up to a text message saying, Dan, it's really bad. I'm like, I just like in my head, like, you're such an idiot, Dan. You should have taken care of it since the second he showed it to you. But I got so wrapped in my head with other things, and I put that on the back burner. So this is what happened. Hop on my phone, pest control, and I get the Google list down. Call number. We don't do Sunday. We're not around. Voicemail. I went through 5 phone numbers. I get it to 7. I just keep going down the list, calling. I get some guy. Hey, how's it going? I'm like, are you able to go to this house in Mastic to go remove this wasp nest? He's like, yes, what's the address? And he was like stuttering on the phone, and I'm like, okay, whatever. He goes there and calls me back. He's like, yeah, it's going to cost me $800 to remove the wasp nest. No, $825. I'm like, well, that seems really high. And I spend a lot of time getting referrals and checking people out.
Yeah.
Didn't do any of that. I woke up and I started going through my phone like crazy to get the pest guy there. So what happened is that he says it's going to cost $825. Then he sends me a text message, Zell me this amount, and then it goes $825 plus tax, and it came out to $899. And I'm like, I call him back. I'm like, what's the tax? How did you mathematically get the tax? He's like, I said to him, can I just come over there and pay cash? And I was just with my son. My wife was out with my daughter. Like, I was ready to throw my son in the car. It's an hour drive. I'm like, I'll give you cash. And the guy goes, no. Just Zell me, and it's fine. Zell me the $825. I'm like, because like, if I'm zelling you, I don't need to pay the tax on it. Anyway, click. The guy removes like 1 nest and leaves. And my tenant calls me like, Dan, the nests are not gone. I'm like, what the F? Call the guy back. Doesn't answer. Texted him. He goes, you have the wrong phone number. I take a screenshot of the Zelle and everything. And he goes, yeah, that's not me. Your phone number's right on it.
Wow.
I went on Google. The company disappeared. It was removed from Google. So however they did it, I got scammed.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yep. So then Monday, I called an actual professional company that removed all the nests for $200.
Wow.
Yep. So here's the thing, man. There was 2 ways to go about this. And the old Dan would have obsessed, find this person, track him down, blah, blah, blah. And all my time and energy would have been putting in to figure out where this person is, and you're going down.
Right.
All I said to myself was like, quite frankly, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I did the wrong thing. I got to eat it.
Right.
And I took it on the chin. And now, now I have a story to tell. Now I have this great, I say, and I told my friends, now I got a $1,000 story to tell the people. My dad's probably going to be like, when he hears this, I'm going to get a phone call from him. He's going to punch me right in my face.
Yeah, but you learn from the mistakes, so it's okay. Yeah, sometimes you just eat it. But like you said, the old you would have gone down a different route. Same with me.
100%.
We kind of just learned to just let things go now a little bit easier.
That's what I'm saying. I give up the control. I accept my consequences. I take it up. I was wrong. I admit it, and I don't waste another second on it. I didn't even think about it. I didn't tell my wife, not because I didn't want to tell her, like until 4 days later, not because, but that's how much energy I've left in it, where it's saying, I got scammed. And $1,000, I'm not saying $1,000 for me. $1,000 is a lot of money, bro.
Right.
It's a lot of freaking money for me just to go, oh, you want $1,000? There you go.
Yeah.
But I knew what my energy and my heart was. And I knew, and you know what I did, bro? I prayed for that guy. I prayed for that guy, because if he's scamming me, if he's taking the time to figure out how to scam me, he's in some desperation. He's in a bad place in his life where he has to come up with some plan to take people's money because he doesn't know how to make money.
True.
I ultimately feel bad for the individual.
Yeah.
And people probably think I'm crazy. Dan, you're full of crap. I'm not.
No, I know the feeling that you're describing.
You do.
But most might not.
Most don't understand that.
Yeah. What did they say? Live and let go? No.
Something like that. I just pray for the sick and suffering, the people that they want to do bad things, do bad things.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, man. I wish you the best. I really do. And from the bottom of my heart. Because I used to be that person.
Exactly, yeah.
We used to be those people.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and the fact that I can go in people's homes and the trust that they have in me that's another thing that I love. Like, people leave me in their homes alone, first time meeting me, just because they've heard so much about me. And that's a good feeling. Like, the old me, I'm not saying I'm going to start going through your drawers, but the fact that people trust me feels so good.
Well, you didn't have trust.
Yeah, in the beginning, no.
No one trusted me at the very end of my addiction. No one, people like, you trust Dan? Fucking stay away from that, dude.
Exactly. So to see where we've come, it feels good, yeah. And I see it in you too, so I recognize it.
But yeah, it's the trust. It's this. But Tom, you have such you have so much to give, and your business is going to explode. So I'm holding you accountable for 1 year.
Okay.
I'm holding you accountable, and I'll help you if you need any help. You
appreciate
know that. And people out there that watch my podcast, shoot Tommy a DM for some business help and stuff like that. Please do. We're not done with the podcast.
Follow me. Follow him too.
Follow me. Yeah, follow
if
me.
you don't
How
already.
did you know about the podcast? Bro, we're going to have some fun.
I forgot to bring in my overalls. I just realized.
It's okay. Because
I have them in the car. They're always with me.
You're going to be back on the podcast, bro. We got to definitely have you back on. Maybe 6 months, see where you're at.
Okay.
See how you're doing. No, you're going to be back on, bro. We're boys. How's the experience so far?
Are we done?
No, we're not done. Just keep talking. Don't worry.
No, yeah, it's good. I appreciate it's fine. It's good. It feels good. Just like when if I speak at a meeting, it feels great. Once you leave, you're like, oh, I just got all that out.
Don't worry. You're gonna
like therapy.
Wait till this is over. you're gonna get in your car like, damn, I want to do it again. That's why I keep doing it.
Honestly, I wanted to experience this because I watched a lot of podcasts. I always say, oh, why aren't I doing this? I should be doing this, but I never do. So like, this was another part of the journey, because maybe I'll be like, wow, I like the way I look on edited content. I want to do more of this. I want to hire someone. So this is a part of the journey, I believe.
And I'm here.
Yeah, and you're a part of it.
I'm part of it. Here comes some rapid fire questions.
Sure.
Oh, you got to sound a little excited. Say, give me excitement.
Sure. Let's do it, baby.
All right. Favorite movie?
Monster Squad or Goodfellas?
Pick one.
Goodfellas.
I'm so Italian. Favorite book? Do you read?
Not much. I do have a books that I want to read that I purchased recently that's sitting on my...
All right, so forget about...
I forgot the name of it, though, but a lot of people know it. It has
Atomic
to do...
Habits,
I'll figure it out and I'll let everyone know.
I got a book that I want you to read.
It has to do with like being just content and not being obsessed with more and more and more. There's a name. I'll figure it out.
I'm going to give you 2 books, and that's part of your requirement. You're going to read that.
Sure.
Even if you listen to the book, I don't care. Just get the information. What's your favorite store to shop in?
Marshalls.
Good.
Sometimes Target.
Good answer.
Love the Funko Pops at Target.
God, I love Marshalls. So like, I just walk in there, and it just, you get like the designer shirt for $5 or $10. You're like, what?
Yep.
Good answer. Favorite color? Especially being an artist.
Blue. I prefer shades, but blue.
Okay, what's your favorite shade?
Black.
Favorite ice cream?
Spumoni if it's from Brooklyn.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be? Don't say make more money and all that crap. An actual superpower.
Maybe to be invisible.
Why?
I can't say it on here.
When you order a hamburger and fries, you go to let's use All American. Go to All American. Bees knees, by the way. Go to All American. You get a burger and fries. Are you the type of person to eat the burger first, then the fries? Or are you the type of person that eats the fries first, then the burger? Or the third way, do you eat them together?
I eat them together.
Okay.
I immediately put the fries on the burger.
I'm going to shout it out why I bring it up. Tom McDermott, Officer Homebuyer. This is for you to get some clarity. The guy, I'm pretty sure I watched him multiple times. You either eat the whole hamburger first or the fries first. I think he says the fries last, but he's very meticulous how he eats it, and it creeps me out.
Sorry, Tom.
But I've seen people do it. I'm just
yeah, I put it together and I make it like a little masterpiece.
You put the fries on
I put the fries on the burger,
good.
on the cheeseburger, preferably.
Nice. Quarter pounder?
Yes.
Favorite Gatorade color?
Turquoise.
Oh, so the blue.
Teal. Turquoise.
Teal. Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
That's what everybody says. Would you rather live on a beach or a mountain?
Beach.
Do you prefer using a laptop or a desktop?
Probably a desktop.
What do you call cheese that's not yours?
That's not mine.
Nacho cheese.
Oh, okay. I was say I do have a cheese, Romano cheese.
Romano cheese.
Technically.
Do you have a secret talent besides painting?
Sports. Playing sports.
Well, so what
Very
sport?
athletic.
You were.
Baseball, bowling, basketball. And
You ever
taking
bowl in
care of
300?
people. My brother's bowled about 8. He's really good.
Really?
Yeah, my brother's really good.
No way.
Yeah. But he should be in the tournaments, but he likes to cop himself out. But my brother's really good. I bowled like maybe 280 something. My average is like 200.
Dude, that is friggin' impressive.
Not bad.
What was the last movie you cried to?
Cried. I don't usually cry. Maybe a tear.
Okay.
Maybe The Notebook.
Notebook.
Oh, there's another movie with Dennis Quaid. I Can Only Imagine, I think it's called. It's like a country singer movie. That I felt like a tear.
Are you talking about
I think it's called I Can Only Imagine.
the Lady Gaga movie?
No.
That one.
That was good too.
That one.
That one actually made me a little sad, but maybe The Notebook. I can't remember.
You know what I love about? I never seen The Notebook.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. My wife gives me
Every
crap
girl
for it.
used to make me watch it.
But the funny thing about The Notebook is like I just love the meme because I know the meme. It's like, what do you want? I don't know. I just like when people when they ask like whatever question. It's like, what do you want? What color do you want to paint your house? And she's like, oh, I don't know. What do you want?
Yeah, I know. I know.
What is your first email address?
Hate a Killer. HATAKILL. Someone like made it for me.
Was that
like
your AIM screen name too?
It was Hate a Killer.
Hate a
XX.
Killer. I mean, badass.
Guess. Thought I was.
When you play Super Mario, what character do you Super Mario Kart? So Mario Kart. What character do you
Usually
use?
Yoshi.
You seem like a Yoshi guy.
Yeah.
That's a good one. What is the strangest thing in your fridge right now?
Big piece of aloe vera, like the leaf. I just bought one the other day. I was like, oh, it was in Antigua, and they said it was good for this, that, and the third. So I just bought it, and
You feel better about yourself?
I feel like it did clear up my skin. I'm not gonna lie,
Your skin looks good.
but it could have just been like a placebo effect. I'm not sure, but probably that. And it's been in there for like a month, so it's like turning brown. I don't know why I didn't throw it out.
Your kids haven't got onto it. Like, have your kids asked
They're
about it?
spiky. It's like it's almost like.
What do your kids say about it?
I made them try it because I thought it was sweet because in Antigua it was. Here it tastes like here it tastes like actual poison. So they were like, yeah, they didn't like it. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Guilty pleasure song. What's a song that goes on? And I see you doing the dancing and the videos. So like, what's a song you throw on?
Sorry, it's like my new thing.
What's the
Guilty
song?
pleasure of a song.
Yeah. What's a song that it gets on the radio? Sorry, go on.
I forget her name, but she also sings Pink Pony Club. There's another song that she sings besides the Pink Pony Club that I'm like, I don't like put it on, but when it's on, I'm like, okay, okay.
Steve,
I usually listen to hip hop.
Steve, do me a favor. Plug that song in when you do edits.
So I'll figure out the other
Pony
name.
song.
The other song. She has 2 singles. One's a Pink Pony Club, and then there's the other one that's pretty cool. But I mostly listen to degrading hip hop, if you must know.
Who's your favorite artist? Who's your favorite hip hop?
I like Lil Wayne because I respect him as an artist and he's a worker. Not so much like I always loved his music growing up, but I just respect his hustle and that he's everywhere. Now he's doing Sports Center and just I've followed him for a long time, believe it or not, and I just respect his hustle.
Are you ready for the whole full circle moment?
Sure.
My last drink was September 19, 2019. And my last drink was at a Blink-182 concert and Lil Wayne opened.
I was there. Was
You
it
were
in, was it at the Barclays?
It was Barclays.
Yeah, I was there.
That was my last drink.
Nice. Yeah.
It was very weird because that should have never happened. You had the Lil Wayne, like the Lil Wayne and Blink-182 crowd, just that was not a thing.
right.
That should.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne.
That's funny. Yeah, I was there.
I feel like I know the answer to this one. Oh, no. What's like an overrated food? Like somebody hypes up this food and you're just like, eh.
The actual food or a place, like more so
You
than
can do a
just
place.
Well,
I think Vincent's is overrated, but go on.
yeah, I don't really go there.
I went there like twice.
Someone that's overrated. I mean,
You can't. For me, I'm authentic Italian. You know that. I go to Italy, so you can't impress me. The Italian food here doesn't impress. You can't impress me
Yeah.
here. Believe it or not, Phil's is actually the Italian food that actually does a solid job.
really, see, I don't like their pizza.
Yeah,
Not a big
but
fan of their
Their
pizza.
drunken Sicilians on point.
That
though.
I used to get. Yeah,
drunken
I
Sicilian.
get. It's hard to say. I mean, something that's overrated. I guess some pizzas from certain places. I love pizza. Maybe pizza. I hate to say all American because I eat it at least once a week, but
You really think all Americans are overrated?
in my I shouldn't.
I don't.
It's
No, you want to be careful.
It's hard
with
to say
that.
because I
It's
go
very,
so
very
I
careful.
go so often. I just wish they had more dipping sauces. I love like aiolis and garlic
Yeah.
sauces.
But
That's
all
all.
American is.
But
the
it
way
is
they-
great.
But it's
It's got
because
its own taste, but
it's their thing. It's their trademark. Their prices have not changed.
Yeah.
Like obviously they probably went up maybe like 25
a little
cents.
bit, yeah.
But
Fast food's gone up way more than they have.
Yeah.
But I love food. I love
course you
food.
do.
That's all I do now is eat.
Would
My
you rather
new
be
addiction.
sexy or smart?
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm playing footsies.
Don't touch me. Don't touch my foot.
I guess that's a tough one. Sexy.
You fucker. What is your biggest pet peeve? What is something that drives you up a wall?
I don't really know.
No.
I can't think of anything on a pet peeve.
Yeah, like
Something
like
that
something that
drives
just
me up a
irritates the
wall.
hell out of you. Okay, let's maybe something like somebody touched your paint stuff. Like, what is this? Something like that, or
No, I try not to let things bother me anymore.
wow,
I can't think of anything on the spot,
that's fine.
but
It's okay.
I'm sure there's something.
All right.
When things get messy around my apartment, I guess. When things
Okay,
are
so-
on the floor and I'm like,
I like to be organized.
for the most part,
Yeah.
not at life, but with my place.
Your life is you just don't know it. You just
I'm an on the fly kind of guy. I don't organize. I just
I got
go.
you. I got you. I kind of know this answer, but maybe I'm wrong. What was the biggest risk you ever taken?
Probably leaving PSEG Long Island
And this is
and getting sober.
that's a good one too. Which one? I think the sober one is probably the bigger one.
Yeah, getting sober because I wouldn't have been where I'm at today.
Yeah, of course. Like that's, you wouldn't be.
Yeah, both of us.
of us wouldn't be sitting in front of each other. Here comes the final question, bro. And this is whether or not if this podcast was great or if we're never going to talk again.
Probably. Oh, sorry.
What do you want to say?
Probably not going to talk again, but I'm just kidding.
You bastard. What do you call the red stuff that goes on pasta?
Sauce. People call it gravy. I call it sauce.
We're friends forever. Dude, I'm very excited for you. I don't think you see the big picture. I'm the guy on the sidelines a little bit, and I see it. You're just a little cloudy right now, but I know you're going to clear up the clouds, and what you do is original. I don't see anybody else doing it, and I'm very proud of you, of what you have done, and the art that you do put out, and what you did on my house, man. And I just see nothing but big things. And I know since you're leaving this job, you're going to double down. You're going to double down.
I really appreciate that.
Of course,
and
man.
yeah, I see a lot of good things coming for you too. So
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Before we sign off, to my audience and everybody out there, because you did take a good risk, but you are a recovered man, and I think you have really good input on something. If you had to tell anybody anything, if they're in recovery or a business aspect or whatever it is, what is a message you want to deliver to my audience?
If I can do it, I know this is cliche. If I can do it, I assure you, you can do it. Please try to find something you're good at other than your job, something that you're passionate about. So when you wake up, you look forward to it. I wake up happy every morning. I never used to. I hated going to my job. So if you can find something that you're passionate about, please do it, because I didn't think I had any skills, and now I'm very happy. And I'm someone who always used to fail at everything. So like I said, if I can do it, you can do it, but I'm still not where I want to be. So there's still a lot more room for growth.
But that's honesty. But you still delivered an incredible message. Find that thing, find that passion, find that love. Go out there. I know you're dancing around the happiness in this. I think you are happy. I think you just need somebody to tell you that you are much happier than you think you are. It's kind of, and I get that. It's the kind of put down. It's kind of the addiction part where
exactly.
You want to put yourself down. But don't be that way, Tom. I love you, man. You're an incredible individual, and thank you for being on my podcast. And right before we sign off, real quick, one last time, plug yourself in. Where do we find you, bro?
Tommy's Touch, TOMMYS, space TOUCH, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok.
He dances.
Yeah,
this guy dances in his overalls.
I've been dancing
more.
more. You should see it.
Thanks so much, Tom.
Thank you so much, Dan.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.